This review has been made possible by Toyota of Naperville. As you know, Toyota has tons of brand new Toyotas available for purchase, but did you know that they also have a remarkable selection of used cars? Head on over to toyotaofnaperville.com and look through hundreds of used cars for sale right now.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2016 Fiat 500x Easy. Up front is a 2.4 liter inline 4. Down below is a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now I'm super excited to be driving this here Fiat 500x because I've never driven one before. I've driven what this car shares a chassis with, which is a Jeep Renegade, and so let's see if the 500x is better or worse. It's worse. It's a lot worse. This is gonna be a rough review. This is gonna be rough. Let's get back to that 2.4 liter inline 4. I've actually driven this engine before in a Dodge Dart. So if you're unaware, Fiat actually owns Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep. And so for quite a while now, Fiat has been sharing parts with Dodge and Jeep and Chrysler and vice versa. So we've seen this multi-air 2.4 liter in a couple different vehicles, but it's here in the 500x. It's fine. It actually offers a decent amount of torque, more torque than you'd find in like a turbo 1.4 you'd find in other Fiats. And so it's warmed up here on the test track. A little bit of wheel spin. Not bad. My issue comes with the transmission. The transmission is very clunky. It's hesitant. It doesn't really know when it wants to shift. It has body dysmorphia. It thinks it's a 3-speed and then it thinks it's a 10-speed and then it just wants to stay home in bed. And of course we've all felt that way, but not my transmission, man, come on. It's not very consistent and it's not very smooth. Last but not least, about the drivetrain, the Fiat 500x is front-wheel drive. Although there is an all-wheel drive version offered, this is not it. So let's talk about the interior where the fun just keeps on going. Well, in front of me, I have 3 main gauge pods. On the left is my speedometer, on the right is my tachometer, and then in the center, I get a nice little screen also displaying my fuel and coolant temperature. Of course, I can change what's in the center screen, and I'll cycle through a bunch of the stuff now. Dodge, Fiat, Chrysler, whatever you want to call it, they are very good at giving you a lot of information. And so while I'm driving, I don't feel like I'm missing out on any possible info, and I like that a lot, of course. Now, the interesting thing is when we go to drive mode, there is a little white version of a Fiat 500x on the screen. The interesting thing, I don't know why they did this, but when you hit the gas, the car lurches back like it hit the gas. When you hit the brakes, the little car lurches forward like you hit the brakes. Why Fiat put the attention to detail and that such a minute, useless feature in the center screen baffles me, because as we'll talk about later, there are so many other parts of this interior that should have gotten attention that didn't. Why did they put all of their effort into that? In the gauges, I don't really know. On the steering wheel on the left, I have my controls for that center screen, voice commands, phone options, and on the right, I do have my cruise control options, which is kind of nice. But again, the steering wheel is starting to kind of fade a little bit after 5 years. You're starting to notice it. Only 90,000 miles. Some slight quality issues there. To the left of me, I have my headlight switches and dimmer switches, and on the door, I have my power mirrors, power locks, and power windows. A very Jeep thing, the lock on the door has a giant padlock on it for when it is actually locked, which is nice. Moving into the center, I get a tiny, tiny display. I don't think you can physically put a smaller display into a car. I get satellite radio, USB, aux, Bluetooth, things like that. Fairly modern, although, like I said, this is so incredibly small, it's a little bit annoying. I do have a backup camera, and the lines do adjust when I turn the steering wheel. Not the clearest thing in the world, but I am glad that I at least get one here in the 500x Easy. Down below the radio, I have 3 giant buttons. I do kind of like the look of this. They look very retro for traction control off, my hazard switch, and my parking sensors off. Then I have 2 climate control vents, nothing too crazy there. But then I have my climate controls themselves. And this is hilarious because, like I said at the beginning of the video, this car shares a platform with the Jeep Renegade. And so, if you didn't believe me, the little air conditioning button for recirculating has a Jeep Renegade on it. I'm not kidding. Look, they didn't even switch the button. Again, this is some attention to detail that I would have liked to have seen. At least have a Fiat, maybe even a retro Fiat 500 from the 60s on it. But this is a Jeep. This is a totally different brand, technically a vehicle. Why? Why did you spend your time, money, and resources making the little Fiat 500x on the dashboard move, but you couldn't just draw a Fiat 500x for this button? I don't know. I don't understand it. Down below that, I do have my aux and USB input and a 12-volt outlet. Then we come to the shifter. Shifter is found in pretty much every Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge product now, and it's fine. It clunks into gear, does have a pretty nice satisfying clunk, and it works. I think it's kind of funny that the shift boot has like a button around it. Very Italian, very Italian. Italian kids like three things: cars, food, and fashion. And I feel like this really fits into the fashion category there. I feel like this was hand designed in Milan. Again, attention to detail to something that really does not matter. Then we have 3 different drive modes. Great, I could switch the drive modes here. I have Sport, Auto, and Traction Plus for inclement weather. Sport mode. It actually does hold on to gears a little bit longer. Downshift, thank you, geez. And I do get a power screen, which is showing me the percentage used. And actually the frame rate of it is pretty good, but I don't care at all. Like literally at all. All right, then we do have cup holders. So big friggin' bottle test, it kind of passes, but the bottle barely fits, but if I take a corner, it falls out, so the Fiat 500x easy fails the big friggin' bottle test. Whoop-de-friggin' do. Now we gotta talk about the seats. The seats actually aren't that bad. They are a little bit hard. However, this is more of an economy car, blah, blah, blah. So I can't really fault them too much. They are manual, they are not power, they are not heated or anything of that sort. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats. So let's go do a back seat review. I do have to say, something exciting is the fact that this is my first 4-door Fiat. I've driven the 500 and I've driven the 124, but this is actually a 4-door Fiat. All right, so we're in the back of the 2016 Fiat 500x Easy, and the seats back here, first of all, are really, really hard. But I do have tons of knee room. This is my driving position, and I'm not hitting a front seat, which is great. Something I didn't expect out of a Fiat 500 is the fact that I actually fit in the back seat quite properly and quite well. I don't have a center console back here. I don't really have any amenities. Of course, I do have door handles and power windows, but that is literally it. Oh, and I guess I get a light back here. That's kind of nice. But I am really shocked and really impressed with the backseat room. However, the back seats themselves are made out of what I can only imagine is a type of cinder block blended material, because it's about as hard as one, which is whatever. Now we're gonna go take a quick look at the hatch. All right, so we're on the back of this Fiat 500x. Pop the trunk, and actually plenty of room back here for a compact vehicle. I like that 500 is embossed back here. I really like that, and I like the fact that you can lift this up and sort of separate anything you don't want rolling around. From the front seats back, I actually really like this car. The space back here is pretty good for a compact SUV like this. I really, really like that. I do. I have some tie downs over here. I don't really need a privacy cover because of the shape of the hatch, but overall, I mean, I'm a big fan. I'm a really big fan of like this part. I like this part, but not, ugh. Now we got to talk about the looks, and I actually don't mind the look of the Fiat 500x. I think it actually looks pretty decent, and if someone said, hey, what would a 4-door Fiat look like? I would probably sketch up something like this. It looks like a Fiat. I think it's handsome, and the color is Rosso Passion. Rosso Passion. I love that. That's the Italian part that I really, really like. That sort of attention to detail of naming that color. And I do like the red stretching here in the dash. I like that accent piece, I really do. And so, let's get to my final thoughts. Well, I haven't really been the best at hiding my final thoughts until now. This car is bad. I don't like this car. And I really don't aim to be that YouTuber that bashes cars. I really genuinely think that 99.9% of cars that are made today are good, but I can't on a clear conscience tell you to go out and buy one of these. If you were my friend, and I consider my viewers my friends, I talk to you like I would talk to my friend. If we were at dinner one night, we go out, get some hot dogs up at Portillo's, and we're sitting down and you say to me, Zach, I've been thinking about, there's this Fiat 500x Easy for sale. What do you think? Should I pick it up? Should I spend my money? And sometimes, a lot of the times when my friends tell me they're gonna buy a car, I go, Yeah, sure, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. But if someone told me that they were gonna buy one of these, it would feel wrong not to speak up. This experience has been really bad. The engine is idling at like 1,000 RPM and cruising. Literally, my foot's not on the gas. It's just holding it at 1,200, almost 1,500 RPM. The transmission is clunky and useless. The attention to detail is not spread out in this car. Why did they spend so much time on the center gauge cluster and making a button for the shifter when they couldn't even get the car on the climate control right? The screen is so small, I feel like I need sewing needles just to operate it. The backup camera isn't very clear. The steering wheel is already worn down. And okay, I wanted to play a game with you guys. So when I got the key from Toyota, I had a hard time unlocking the car. I'm going to flash a picture of the key fob real quick, and you tell me which one is the lock and which one is the unlock. Ready? 1, 2, 3, boom. There it is. Which one was lock and unlock? Leave your answers in the comment section down below. Because at first glance, because it's so worn down and such shoddy build quality, I didn't know. I couldn't figure out which it was. Ugh. I'm starting to get a headache. I'm seriously starting to get a migraine being in this car. Again, I don't like being a negative car reviewer, and I love economy cars. I think the new Corolla is fantastic. I think the new Civic is good. I personally own an economy car. I own a Mazda 3. Economy cheap cars are fantastic. Not this one. Far from fantastic. The opposite of fantastic. And I'm sorry that this is my most passionate negative review I've done in a long, long time, but really just something about this car just rubs me the wrong way. Ugh, I need to stop. I do need to stop. I'm being dead serious. I'm getting a headache. I need to like crack a window here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If anything, I hope you guys just enjoyed me being angry. If you're looking to buy one of these cars, and that's a big reason why people watch my reviews, of course, I'd advise against it. I really would. I think just down the road, you're just signing yourself up for more and more issues, build quality faults, and just headaches. Literal, genuine headaches. But I do want to say thank you to Toyota of Naperville for letting me take out their 500x easy used vehicle. This is one of their vehicles on their used lot. Please don't check out this one. Please go check out some of their other actually really fantastic cars. They have tons of other really cool, fantastic cars on the lot. This is not one of them. And that's at no fault of Toyota of Naperville. It's literally just how this car was built. They do have tons of quality used vehicles, low mileage, and please go check them out. Toyota of Naperville has been absolutely awesome. Their dealership is fantastic. They will put you into the right car, which I guarantee you is not one of these. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, subscribe if you really liked it, and I need to go sit down. Take care, guys.